Gotta wait for this train to stop.
It's so loud. Want me to shut the window?
No, it's alright.
Okay. Wait.
Hey guys, this is Jonathan from Millennial Married, and today I want to talk to you guys about the day that I just didn't love my wife. Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk about the time that I just did not love my wife. And when I say I did not love my wife, I'm not talking about I don't like the way she acts or I just didn't, I didn't like her. No, I did not love her. I could have walked away. I just didn't love her. But with that being said, I want to just let you guys know that January 10th, which should be yesterday from when this is uploaded, is going to be our 3-year anniversary of being married. So it's about time for a honeymoon. P.S. If you didn't know, we didn't really take a honeymoon. That's why I said that. But anyway, let's just jump into what I was talking about, right? So the day to which I am referring to is about maybe I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, and I would call my wife, or at the time she was my girlfriend, and I would call her and talk to her, and most of the time, our conversations could last forever. It was the story that never ended. But this particular day, I was working overtime. In fact, it wasn't a day, but it was probably like a week where I was working overtime. Sarah was sick, and she was doing finals out in Florida. And our conversations were very they weren't really synergizing with each other. They were kind of clunky, if you know what I mean. And I just remember this one time, I think we were talking about where we would live, whether I would go out to the East Coast or whether she would live out here. She was asking herself, could I even leave my family out in Pennsylvania? And for whatever reason, we just were not clicking. We weren't fighting, but it was a rough conversation. It was just we had enough. And I remember I just asked her hey, do you want me to let you go? Because I think it got to a point where there was just a 10-second, 30-second silence where I didn't know what to say, she didn't know what to say. So I said, hey, do you just want me to hang up? And she said, yeah, okay. So I hung up, and I remember sitting there and thinking, I could walk away right now. It had been about a year that we have dated, and nobody would blame me. I could, find a girl out in California. It would be much easier. And like I said, everyone would say, hey man, you made it. You made it like a year. Good job. But at the end of the day, I could quit now. I could stop this relationship and make everything a lot easier. And as soon as I thought that, and those thoughts kind of went across my head, I remember thinking, no, I don't love her. Right now, I am not emotionally, spiritually, physically attracted or in love with her right now, but it was a moment where I could say mentally, no, I'm gonna choose to love her. It was a moment of frustration and confusion, to tell you the truth, kind of confusion. And but I did not let go. And in that moment, I chose to love her. And reflecting, I realized that I am mind, body, and soul, right? I can be physically attracted to her, and I can be emotionally attracted to her and provoked to love her. But that was a moment where mentally, my mind was very, I had to make a choice to love her. And to tell you the truth, it's not very romantic feeling, but it's definitely if you were to watch a movie, choosing to love your partner, your spouse, that is probably the most romantic moment that you would see in a movie. And I think we downplayed a lot, but just remember, I mean, you're gonna have to choose to love them, and I'm really glad that I had that experience to where, you know, I was able to say, I choose her.
I so clearly remember getting off the phone that night and my heart just sank, just from frustration and feeling sad. And it was really this moment that I just thought to myself, like, what are you doing? Like, you guys are long distance, miles apart, you know, is this really worth your time and, you know, your effort? And those few moments after the phone call had ended, I just remember something within me just so strongly, you know, nudging me to make it right and make it work. So I called Jonathan back just a few moments later, and I apologized to him for, you know, the disconnect that we were experiencing, and he apologized to me as well. And it was a really cool moment with him. Really, really cool, because it was this point where, you know, things were frustrating and sort of annoying, but it was this point where we both got to say, no, you know what? This is worth working out, and this is worth putting the effort in to make things right again. This was like the first time we encountered a disconnect with one another like this, and being long distance for as long as we were. And we grew so much in that moment, and we took so much away from that moment that has now been huge in our marriage today. And I really believe it's something that has given us the ability to be married for 3 years, happily married, thriving and loving life with one another each and every day. And I think it's so key in every kind of relationship you have that, you know, if things have gone sour, things have not been, you know, all roses and daisies, you get to make the choice of, hey, is this worth it? Is it worth it to work this out? Thank you guys for tuning in this week for another episode, and we hope that this was encouraging and just really helpful for you. And maybe you're going through a situation where you're just like, I don't know if it's worth working this out. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. We would love to just encourage you in your process with your relationships and whatever may be going on. And if you have any suggestions, we'd also love to hear those as well. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe these videos and to our channels and pages, and we will see you guys next time.